knew from the very beginning that safe schools and same-sex marriage were part of a package deal, along with suppression of free speech and so on. It is a package deal. It is part of a vast genderless, Gnostic ideology. And so we've got to hope that enough of our fellow Australians understand that this great debate for the serious activists is not about marriage. It is about power. It is about obtaining that legal power that comes when you enshrine same-sex and transgender marriage in law, and using that power to then implement the rest of that intolerant, radical LGBT agenda. And it really is a revolution. It is not a small question of letting two people who love each other marry. It is a profound revolution. It is an overturning of the foundation of our society. And like every revolution, to succeed, it requires two things. If you want your revolution to succeed, you must control the education of children. And if you want it to succeed, you must suppress dissidents. And a law for same-sex marriage will make both of those things possible at last. On the question of education, right now, parents can push back against safe schools and all of its cousins and relations that have been infesting our schools. We can push back, and we did, and we succeeded, didn't we, last year, in pruning safe schools, not uprooting it, as Mr. Howard said. I'd throw it in the dustbin, lock, stock and barrel. No, it was pruned, awaiting more favourable conditions for regrowth. And those conditions are when we enshrine genderless marriage in law. Because if we do, you cannot say no to genderless sex education. If we reject the objective biological truth of man and woman in marriage, we have rejected the objective biological truth of mother and father in family, and we have rejected the biological distinction of male and female. That is how profound this revolution is, and that is why safe schools and same-sex marriage are part of a package deal. But we can push back, and our mothers here have pushed back, and we must push back, and they are right. Chella was telling the truth when she said that Safe Schools tells my son he can wear a dress next year. It is on their posters, it is in their material. Heidi was right when she said that Year 7 kids, 11-year-olds, are being told they must role play being 16 and going out with someone of the same sex that they are really into. And Dr. Pansy was right when she said that overseas, where laws for gay marriage come in, these sort of programs become widespread and compulsory. You can go to Canada. Right now as we speak, a Canadian father is on television screens around the country. Steve Touloukas is telling us that we have a chance to do what Canada could not do and reject this radical LGBT gender education in schools. And Steve, last year, had to go to court to try and protect his kids from this disturbing and indecent material. And the court said, no, you cannot, because as the lawyer said, now that Canada has same-sex and transgender marriage, everyone must not only be tolerant of this, everyone must positively celebrate the homosexual, bisexual, transsexual package. You must, by law, and parents have no say. This is deeply subversive. And Heidi mentioned Vishnitz Jewish Primary School in England, a wonderful school that used to get great reviews until gay marriage came in, and now it has failed twice the inspector's criteria for British values, which include teaching primary school girls about gender reassignment and transgender and other issues. And they face closure. So remember, this is a revolution. It is far more profound than we realise. And like every revolution, you must do those two things: control kids' education and silence dissidents. And if we do not win, if we do not get enough Australians saying no, then our kids will be subjected to safe schools on steroids.